Hey everybody, and welcome on back to Minecraft. Today we are back here in our single player world, and I am so excited for today's episode. I am really ready to get this one going here. We recently actually just broke 80,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. So thank you all so much for the continued support and all that awesome stuff going on there. We are starting out today's episode over here in our port city because we're going to be looking at our world map here in a second. But before we get to that, last episode, we did a heck of a lot of work on our village. We were able to build up a few more houses, plant a wheat field, and make it look super sweet back there. And we built up the Sweet Berry Inn to get some sweet berry ale produced and all that good stuff. We'll be working on the distillery here later on. Maybe today's episode, we'll see about how much time we can get in this one, because also beyond that last episode, we did work on the throne room randomly over at Castle Bleakrock. It's something that I had really wanted to work on for quite a while, so I'm glad we were able to get that one finished up. It turned out super sweet, so hopefully y'all enjoyed that one. However, for today's episode, there's a lot of different things planned. First and foremost, we have our world map right here where it's showing everything. Currently, we're standing right up there, and our village is way, if we follow this road all the way down here, comes all the way through here, and basically go off this direction. You basically kind of go straight down this way. Our village is probably somewhere right down around in this area. I would like to today get that figured out. So what I want to do to start off today's episode is see if I can't get all of these places explored down here with some handy dandy maps. We'll see what we can make up from there and move forward with that. And then I think as a bit of a celebration for hitting that 80,000 subscribers, which I'm just so happy about, we're actually going to be doing a bit of a live stream over on Twitch at twitch.tv/fWhipTV. So if you guys are interested in checking that one out, definitely be sure to go do that. It's been a good chunk of time since we last spoke, and I completely calculated the distance from where we were previously in Papyrus and in our city right over here to where our village is, all the way down here. But I do gotta say though, this thing looks awesome on the map. It's looking really great. I can't wait to get that thing finished up. That is absolutely awesome. But that does mean I've made a whole extra stack of maps, and I think I'm gonna try and fill in as much of this area as I possibly can, because I think our roadway is gonna be going sloping through here. We're not gonna be going straight down there and then straight over this way. I think that would look pretty dumb. So I'm going to try and get a lot of these item frames that you see here filled in, so hopefully you can get some of that stuff going. When I first did this map that I was showing you guys, the earlier version, I completely messed it up and duplicated these three maps by accident and did 3 more over here. So I was like, oh my god, that is absolutely insane how many we have to build. But luckily, caught that before we did all 3 rows of this twice. I just did 1 row and I was like, wait, that landed right there. That doesn't make sense when it should be over there. So I redid it all, brought it all back in here, and now we're looking good. Everything here is lined up pretty much, and it's pretty awesome. Something about a map room in Minecraft is absolutely amazing. So now I need to get all the resources gathered up. I thought I would only need 2 shulker boxes worth of stuff to be able to get this thing going here. And I think we're going to need a lot more. I think the plan is going to be to basically make it out of path blocks going all the way throughout, clearing all the trees and all that jazz, and then coming back and actually detailing the thing out. But my current plan is basically to bring it through here, take the pathway across this little land jetty right there, bring it through the dark oak forest here, chop it down a bunch of those trees, swap it over here. This is kind of a swampy area, unfortunately, but I think we're going to have to go through the swamp because I want to put that fortress, that ancient fortress that we've been talking about, up on this hill here, and then the village, olden village attached to it either there, or maybe we'll like split it between those 2 guys. But I want to have, there's a valley coming right through here, and I want to have the road go through that valley, come out over this way, and then we'll loop it probably around this point here, bring it up through the desert, and just bring it all the way home, back up in this area. We do also have to get a bunch of other maps placed in here, so we got a lot of things to go with and all that stuff. I don't think we're going to do all these other maps here today, but yeah, so I'm going to work on getting that stuff gathered up here and we'll be good to go. You know, I think we got enough gravel to be able to get quite a bit of work done and replenish our stores for quite a long time here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 shulker boxes full of gravel, and then all of this junk on us here too. So I think we are pretty set for all this stuff here. These, what are these biomes called again? The modified gravelly mountains. Definitely 100% recommend taking a look at these. If you can find one inside your own world, harvest the thing up entirely for gravel. It's like 3-4 blocks deep of gravel the entire way across. which was so freaking nice to have. I'm kind of organizing my shulker box and everything here to the way I want it. I was using our bone box to store quite a few of those little blocks in there too. And you know what I'm going to do? I need to do that guy, and then we can pick you up. And now, though, it is time to get to the live stream. You guys will definitely already have seen this by now. So if you haven't already, go check out the Twitch page and all that good stuff, but I won't blab on that anymore. What I will blab on about is if you all want to catch the live stream replays and everything like that, I do have a second channel called just fWhip 2. I'll put a link down to that in the description too, so if you all want to be seeing that, what's going on there, I'm trying to figure out which way I'm going here, but if you want to see what's going on with live stream replays and things like that, after I move at the end of this month, live streams will hopefully be a little bit more common because I'll have an actual office space to be able to get some more live streams in and not really be too worried about stopping the entire household so I can stream and all that good stuff. But yeah, anyways, I should probably get some last minute preparations done for that and get on with that one. So hopefully I can get this whole thing captured here with the replay mod. We'll see how that goes, and hopefully we got a roadway when we come back. After a very long 4-hour stream, our roadway is finally completed, and I am so freaking happy with this one. You can see right here what we're doing in this replay video is we are actually just going through and defining the shape of it and the path of where it's going to be going, and then afterwards, we'll check this out later, but we came back and actually detailed it out with a bunch of coarse dirt and slabs and stuff like that to make it a lot more interesting. But overall, I just want to show you guys the process and the distance that we had to cover through on this one. It was so much fun. Definitely, if you guys want to be checking those things out moving forwards, be sure to check out the Twitch page at twitch.tv/fWhipTV. There will be a link to that one down in the description below if you guys want to check that out. So thank you everybody who does. It was really fun hanging out with everybody on there. The amount of people who stopped by was absolutely insane. So it's definitely something that I want to move forward with doing more and more often, so hopefully y'all do check that one out for sure. Anyways, back to our build here. You can see ourselves bringing this roadway just across here like crazy. I tried to wind it and go at a bunch of different angles here. Instead of just picking the closest point of going from point A to point B, just doing a direct line, I really wanted to curve this thing out and make it look a lot more interesting throughout here. So instead of just straight lines everywhere, you can see a lot of S-curves and different shapes of things going throughout this entire way. And then flying across this desert here, you can just see us going like crazy all the way over here. And now Papyrus is popping up here in the distance. And as people on the stream said, all roads lead to Papyrus, which apparently is true. So that was really fun. Now it's time that we actually move on to some new, more interesting projects. And I am so freaking excited for these. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the time lapse. It has been quite a while here since we have pulled out the good old horsey. Oh my gosh, I am excited to have this one. We are currently coming up on Papyrus here from our old roadway. This is not the new one yet, so don't worry there. But oh man, we were able to get so much work done. I'm really happy with how this thing turned out so far, and it was really cool to do along with everybody there. So I know I'm done talking about it now. That's the last time I'm gonna reference it. I swear, maybe, probably not. But over here we have Papyrus right there off to the front, as you guys saw in the time lapse. Then coming over here, we have this old school acacia village or savanna village that I don't know quite what we're gonna do with it. And apparently some old rails of when we used to steal the villagers from it. I don't know what we're gonna do here. If you all have ideas on what we could be doing inside of this village or what we could do with it, and I'm honestly leaning towards let's just tear it down and take it for parts and get a lot of acacia wood out of it. I feel like that's almost like the best bet to go with here, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, our roadway is starting right here, comes along this entire distance. It's not slabbed up yet as far as this end. I did get a little tired towards the end of the stream here, so we didn't quite do everything coming throughout this area, throughout the desert and everything. Basically, what I want to do is get the path block in here, because what I want to come back in here is mix in a bunch of sandstone and mix in a bunch of like just sand in here and probably a little bit of coarse dirt here as well, just to make it feel much more like a pathway. I think that'd be a really good way to do it. But I want to walk along this entire path here to show you all basically what we're going through and all that good stuff. So this is going to be a bit of a journey here. And we do have a quick stop to make right over here at this nice hole in the ground. Take a look at that. Right down there, we have a fossil. I love these. I know we saw one a while ago. At when we were working on the dwarven area, and I destroyed it, and everybody got really mad at me. But that one is so close to the surface and so accessible right there Do y'all think we could use it for some sort of an excavation dig site or an archaeological site? Do you guys think that'd be a fun build to do? I'm really leaning towards doing that here soon. So let me know down below if you guys want to be seeing that one, if we should move forward. I really want to do it eventually, but just kind of determining when we're going to do it, I guess, is the good question to go with. Should we do it soon or wait on it for later on? And coming through here, this is actually what our pathway looks like in the end. I kind of had to rebuild this up with some dirt, so it's filled with grass right there. I'll fix that up later. But we're coming through this entire area as it's going to set into be nighttime. But as you can see, it's just a bunch of coarse dirt spammed in here. And it looks really nice. It looks like a really, really rural pathway, which was exactly what I was going for. And you can see it drops down here so we can get through this nice dried out river basin valley area that was created here. And this one is going to be where we have our fortress. So I'm thinking we're going to have there and have a big archway overpass right here. And we're probably going to build that hill up a little bit taller on that side as well. And then it basically veers off over here, comes in through the swamp, and we're able to take this journey all the way back over to the village, which I am super excited for. Speaking of the village, however, when we get back over there, what I would like to do for the rest of today's episode is I would actually like to work on that sweet berry distillery that we talked about in the last episode. When we were talking about it, we built up... Ooh, spider, run away. We were talking about building up the inn and building up a few houses and all that good stuff, and we didn't really build up anywhere for the ale or the wine or whatever it's going to be. Is it a wine or is it a beer or is it an ale for berries? I don't know. Somebody let me know. But what I want to do for that... Wow, I got a lot of places I need to fix this road, apparently. But what I want to do today is define that basement area, get that thing all set up and everything there, and then build out the upper house section of it or whatever. Ooh, that's really dark. And that was my face. Okay. Can we even get through here? I don't think we can even get through here. Can we? Oh, can we? Maybe. Yep, we can. Run! Ooh, we're in trouble. It's very tight, narrow corners in here. This is... don't go through the forest at night. That is dangerous. All right, coming out of there, we can fly on home now. I think it's gonna be mostly cleared out going the rest of this way through here. So we'll see if we run into any pillager patrols or anything like that. But overall, I really want to get that distillery built up today, like I was saying. And then let's just go first person mode here. And I think that'll be a good place to leave today's episode off, because that's gonna be a lot of building. We've spent quite a few hours on this road project here already. And coming over this hill, you can see our terraform mountains right over here, or terraform cliff faces with a lovely horse and skeleton on top of it. And we can just jump back through here to get into the village. I don't think I can actually get this guy in the village. That's a problem. Oh well. I also want to update the maps a little bit more and get those things expanded out here, because I was having so much fun doing that. And I think I got a little bit more time where I can focus on doing that stuff. So we'll see what we can come up with here. So if we do like you, and we can walk here, do this, and then you bam. Haha, we can do it. It takes a little bit of math skills, but we got it. The horsey is now inside the village and safe and sound. I've been clearing this area out, and I've got a bit of a fun idea here in mind of how we can make this distillery area really scream that it's a distillery, and just straight from the get-go. Originally, I was thinking we could take a basement going down here. Then I was like, no, that's sticking right into the wall. That doesn't make too much sense. So I pushed our hill back over here a little bit, created a bounding barrier right there with the stone brick, and we'll bring it down going into a basement area right down in there, which I think will be all good. Then that left this area over here with nothing going on for it. So what I want to do here is I want to create an outdoor keg, basically, of a little distilling chamber of where everything can go on and where all of the magic can be happening. So what I'm thinking is if we start basically just piling this guy up right like this, we can come up with a pretty cool design. I'm using polished andesite because it kind of has that clean look to it. I think it'd be totally fine using just polished andesite everywhere. And you know what? I'm just going to fill this thing in all the way because I am not wasting any blocks here. So this one right here doesn't give a great idea of like a distilling chamber, I feel like, but it's a good start. And then what we can do to expand on top of this one is we can start by throwing a blast furnace in there. So somewhere where you could control the temperature, all the pressure and all that good stuff. And then over here, we need something like a dropper right here for the liquid to be able to come out. So we got the little happy dropper dude right there, and then we throw a tripwire hook on top of him, and we got a little bit of a spigot, and then we throw a barrel right down there. Like the barrel could be opened up and filled up. Like if you just could leave that open texture on the top of it there, that would be fantastic, but that's not possible. Now, this is the general base shape of this whole thing, and I was thinking up here we can maybe have something like this could be a bit of an exhaust pipe, and where I think this will be really, really sweet is if we bring in some red sandstone over here. Yes, the texture is a little bit cleaner than what you have in regular Minecraft because I couldn't stand it, and we could use this as this is a bit of a pipe, so maybe they have the flavoring and all the berries come in here and they have like a drip system where they come into the main distilling chamber. And then up here, just to be able to release the pressure and all that stuff, we have a way where that smoke and everything can come out the top. So if we take these guys right here and we do that, we get a cool little bit of a way for the top smoke to be able to come out of here. I thought that was so cool. We need to have some way for them to be able to control things. So I think we're going to get rid of that flower right there. And we're going to turn this into a bit of a workstation right there. That's totally fine with me. And I think it's about time that we can probably throw in one of our paintings. Like, I think if we use just the kitchen tools, it'll kind of make sense here for maybe like at least having there and the knives, like the cooking pans and the knives, maybe the rolling pin and those two don't make sense, but I think the other ones would work here pretty well. So I wanted to throw that guy in here. Then we got to dig this thing down, and I'm thinking we're basically going to line it up right here and basically just have a few steps moving downwards, and we can have the barrel storage down in this area, and so we can have all this stuff in. I'm going to get this thing cleared out, but I think we'll basically bring it down to there. I've not tackled this upper area yet because I've decided that this is going to be something like a tasting room, I guess you might say, and basically where people can come in here and maybe buy some of the ale. But what we want to do down below, where I've been doing a lot of the work so far, hollowing this area out, is this is going to be our giant cellars area. I gotta say, I love having stone slabs, using these as a roof, because previously we always had to use these guys using the slab version of the stone brick and then just do the stone flat up there. And oh my gosh, I love having the slabs. Being able to raise that up another half block I think is really, really sweet. Every new villager that is going to be born inside of our village here is going to be a fisherman. That's basically what it's coming down to here, is because I want to get a bunch of these barrels in here and basically to show empty racks of sorts. We're just going to go ahead and throw in a bunch of these spruce stairs, and I think this should look pretty cool. Kind of showing racks of where we can store the barrels and everything. So we'll have a few of the barrels over on this side, and maybe we do like another two like right in here or something like that, and maybe we'll go down here and get these ones back and then just do like that. I think something like this is pretty sweet. One of the worst moments in Minecraft. 1 block left, 2 blocks needed. Dang it, man. I'm very happy to say, besides adding in some cracked stone brick down here to mix up our stone brick, maybe some mossy too, this thing is pretty much done on the base. We got a bunch of our barrels on the side that we talked about. Figured we'd add some of these hammers and tools thing here for sealing the barrels and everything. We got a few flower pots as cups floating around. Got a smithing table down here for more of the tools. Crates and all that good stuff, or maybe they're bringing in the berries in the crates and then they're aging them inside of the barrels. Then over here we got a little mixology area if they're trying to flavor some of the ale or something like that. We got some potions over there and some brewing mechanical thingies. I don't really know, something magical could happen, and maybe they got a little busy and needed to tap one of the kegs over here and do a little taste test after a rough day's work. In the floor we used cobblestone, mossy stone, and then a bunch of the andesite as well, and then in the walls we're using stone and andesite, then the ceiling is just stone, kind of having it all work up here together. I think it really flows well together as well, which I'm pretty happy about. Next steps are going to be to get this guy all finalized up here so we can have this thing cleaned up and ready to go. So after I get that one finished up, I know we've been focusing really on the base. I'm basically just going to get this house done, and I'll be back with y'all once it's finished up here. Our area over here is looking completely different now, and oh my gosh, I'm really, really happy with this one, guys. So I changed it up. Instead of just having a tasting room down below, I added in an office area up above as well. Not much has changed down there too much at this point. Got a few vines and things growing down here, but what we got inside of this place is just a bunch of kegs of wine. We got a little area where if they don't want to finish off the sweet berry ale, I don't know who would want to do that, but they can dump it over here in the bin. And we got just a bunch of other things around here. Maybe they won some awards, so we got those awards hanging up there. All the super cool stuff going on down here, and it's looking really, really sweet. I'm super happy with this one. Then coming up here, we have a bit of an office area up at top so they can basically manage everything. This is where the people, like the owners of the distillery would be planning everything, how much product they need to produce, all that good stuff. So we got a lectern with their book up here. Very important information is being used everywhere. Maybe some prized possessions or some old kegs just up here as some decoration. Sitting area, books and ledgers and all that good stuff. But I thought this was a really simple way to fill this up. What I really love adding in here is these hanging bushes and all of those things. One thing I really want to try incorporating into interiors that I do moving forwards is going to be a lot more stuff along those lines. I'm really happy though, because right now we got 1 house, 2, 3, and then I think we got 4, 5. All right, we got a few. There's like 7. 7 houses left, but that's it for what we're working on for the village today. What I want to finish up for the rest of today's episode is mapping out the rest of our world. I think we need to make a big old box out of this thing. So I'm going to get to work on that one, and I'll be back with you guys after we break a few elytra. And with this final map in my hand here, this whole thing is 100% filled out and updated, and oh my gosh, it is absolutely massive. Our giant road that we built earlier, minus that little section right there, is now completely filled out here, and we can see more clearly how big of a project that was, getting that road established all the way down here to the village and all that good stuff, because oh my gosh, there's so much stuff going on here. I was able to find a lot of really cool areas to build. Like this would be really sweet over here. It's a big smoothed out area, big giant plains biome. We got some giant mountains over here as well. So if you have any ideas on what we could be building inside of the mountains, that'd be super fun. Right there is kind of where we harvested out all of that dirt or all of that gravel earlier in today's episode. And oh my gosh, there's so much stuff going on. I'm so happy with this. I don't know what to say. I'm so happy with this. It's taken so much time to be able to get this far and get all these things done here. But oh my gosh, it was totally worth it. Having this giant area, this is basically what I envision. Like a few years down the road, this whole area would be filled up with different interconnected builds and all those awesome places. So we got a lot of area to build here. Any ideas on what we can throw into this whole thing? We actually do. I did realize we are 1 map short on this end right here. The very, very tip of the Castle Bleakrock farmlands out here is being cut off, and then actually over in this area right about here is where our ocean monument is. But I figured that's okay to not be including those ones for now. I'm actually completely out of iron too, so maybe we got an iron farm in our future here soon. But anyways, that is going to do it for today's episode. I am way late on this one, so thank you all so much for watching. Please hit that like button if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you are new, and I will catch you on the flip side.